Hey guys, before we get this video started, I just wanted to say we have an anime channel called Mystic Sage, where I do a lot of anime content including countdowns, speculations, what ifs, and much more. If you guys like anime and the content you see here on Mystic Umbreon, I think you will enjoy the content of Mystic Sage. A link to the channel on Mystic Sage and today's video will be in the description and in the air card above. Pokemon anime protagonist Ash Ketchum has been to over 6 regions, and has captured many powerful Pokemon along the way. Pokemon that have helped him out in league matches, gym battles, or any important battle at stake. Today, I will be counting down his top 10 most powerful Pokemon that he has caught or obtained over the course of the Pokemon anime. I will be excluding the Sun and Moon anime because we are yet to see the potential of the Pokemon he has on his team so far. Although some of those Mons could turn out to be very powerful, we still don't know yet. So with all that being said though, let's go on a nostalgia trip and count down Mr. Ketchum's most powerful Pokemon. Rampaging into the number 10 spot, we have one of Ash's Tauros. I say one because he has 30. Let's just say the one he uses. Ash captured Tauros in the Safari Zone way back in the Season 1 anime of Pokemon. Since then, Tauros has been a very accomplished Pokemon, aiding Ash in the Orange League, helping out in the early days of Johto for a Tauros competition, and coming out to the Battle Frontier. The Tauros didn't do amazing in the Battle Frontier, nor the Johto League. It did amazingly well against Drake in the Orange League, having great beginner's luck and just overall being naturally powerful. He dealt a solid hit to Drake's team, and the Pokemon had never really been used, nor been in Ash's party for more than a couple episodes, and has never really been trained properly for that matter neither. But hey, I guess rampaging around Professor Oak's yard all day pays off, because this bull wrecks. For our next spot comes Ash's Goodra. The thing that made Ash's Goodra such a good mon for his team is that he had a lot of sneaky tactics with it, and it also doubled as a very caring and helpful Pokemon towards Ash's other Pokemon. Up until the match against Sawyer, Goodra had never been defeated in a battle, showing just how annoying it was for his opponents, and it was a proper wall for Ash's team. It did the work in the semifinals in the Kalos League when Keenan brought Ash his Goodra to be the 6th mon he needed to proceed. It was even brought to the finals and even attempted to fight Lysandre's Mega Gear. It didn't do too well, but neither did any of his other mons. Overall, Goodra was a really good addition to the team ever since. It was just an adorable little Goomy to the almighty Goodra. Another Pokemon that's naturally strong and hasn't been on Ash's team for a long period of time is this Heracross. Ash captured this powerful bug in the early days of his Johto journeys where he found it feuding with some Pinsir. Heracross has always came in clutch no matter what kind of battle was at stake. The early days of Johto, the Johto League, Battle Frontier, and even appeared during the Sinnoh League for an old family blend. The Johto battle against Gary though is where it's really put to the test after getting hit by Gary's Magmars, Fire Blast, and Flamethrower and still being able to knock it out. The Sinnoh League was also pretty iconic in how it took out Nano's Kricketune with its new move Sleep Talk. This Pokemon is just naturally powerful and has been very handy when Ash has needed it in tight spots. It's also adorable, sucking the life out of Bulbasaur's bulb. Though it lost against Tobias, it still landed a Mega Horn which should have knocked out Darkrai, but Tobias is a pleb, so whatever. Heracross is still pretty powerful. Soaring in the 7th spot, we have the best bird Ash has ever owned. I'm of course talking about Staraptor. Now we can all agree that Ash's team in Sinnoh was by far his best team. As for now, let's see what Alola brings to the table, and Staraptor as his best bird is no different. Ash's Staraptor has been through a lot, and we saw most of it as a Staravia while trying to learn Brave Bird from Registstaraptor, but once it first did, it proceeded to sweep Maylane's team, well everything but Lucario due to all the damage it had taken. It missed the Brave Bird, allowing Lucario to knock Staravia out. In a competition for the Pokemon version of football, Staravia evolved in the Staraptor fighting against Paul's Honchkrow, and after learning close combat, it managed to take the victory in the contest. In the Sinnoh League, we didn't see much of Staraptor because Tobias is a sneaky man with a team that simply wasn't fair. Now Staraptor is currently soaring around Oaks Lab and Pallet Town. It's nap time, literally with Ash's Snorlax. He caught this lazy Pokemon back in the days of the Orange League. All Ash's Snorlax does is eat and sleep, but I cannot lie and say that this Pokemon can pack a punch. Ice Punch. like how Snorlax Ice Punched Gary's Nidoqueen in the Johto League like a megaton brick. It did amazing in the Johto League, the match with Claire where it knocked out Kingdra with a Hyper Beam. I haven't forgot about the Battle Frontier neither against Greta, where it fought against Hariyama and Medicham, and still being able to knock out both fighting Pokemon, ending epically with a Hyper Beam. It helped out in the Sinnoh League as well, where it helped Ash advance to the 3rd round. This Pokemon is so lazy, but yet so powerful, and has quite the impressive record for saving Ash in tight spots. Ah yes, here we have Ash's most trusting companion, the face of the franchise, and the biggest jerk when it was introduced. I'm of course talking about Ash's Pikachu. Ash and Pikachu have been through so much since episode 1, when Ash overslept to picking the starter and ended up with the leftover Pikachu. Since then, Ash and Pikachu have been on countless journeys together and fought many hard battles. The Indigo League versus Richie, the Orange League versus Drake where Pikachu beat Drake and his Dragonite for Ash to pick up the Orange Island Cup trophy, Johto League, Hoenn League, Battle Frontier, Sinnoh against Tobias tying against the Latios, Unova League, Kalos League, and soon to be the Alola League. I guess you can say that a lot of power doesn't always come in big packages, especially not with this electric mouse. I honestly have to say Ash's Sceptile is actually one of my favorite Pokemon Ash owns. The attitude, the twig in its mouth, and the fact that it's so honorable. What I love the most about Sceptile is how we got to see it evolve from start to finish. Starting off as a Trico, it won all sorts of battles throughout Hoenn. Then it evolved into Grovyle, winning lots of battles throughout Hoenn and the Battle Frontier. Finally, it evolved into Sceptile, and it has had quite the feud of awesome battles. Some ones worth mentioning are the ones where Ash's Sceptile battles against May's newly evolved Blaziken in the Terracotta contest, where they both activate their abilities, Overgrow and Blaze, and duke it out for the ribbon. However, it resulted in a tie. Next was against Tobias, where Sceptile woke up from Dark Void and took out Darkrai. Sceptile was the first Pokemon in the whole tournament to take out one of Tobias' Pokemon. I love Sceptile. It's such a cool, honorable Pokemon that was with Ash the entire journey through Hoenn and the Battle Frontier. I would have loved for it to have gotten a Mega 2, but oh well though, it's a great Pokemon nonetheless. This next Pokemon didn't even belong to Ash originally. It belonged to Paul, and it's a good thing Ash got Chimchar because Paul treated it like pure garbage. After Ash got his hands on it, he raised it properly and turned it into a fighting machine that showed Paul that justice would be served. It eventually evolved into Monferno, and showed Paul that it was powerful by taking out his Ursaring. Unfortunately though, it lost. After that, it evolved into Infernape, and that's where the fun truly begins. The battle with Volkner, and then eventually the most notable one, the rematch against Paul. Justice was served as Infernape took out quite a few major threats from Paul's team. The ultimate battle though was against Paul's Electivire. The strong rivalry between these two Pokemon was intense. After an epic battle though with the help of Blaze, Infernape wins the battle against Paul, giving Ash access to the semi-final match of the Sinnoh League. Though it was only in Sinnoh, Infernape showed a lot of promise, helping out Ash in one of his most important battles ever. This battle wasn't just to win, it was to gain the respect of another, a jerk rival. I'm going to have to say too, Infernape is Ash's strongest Sinnoh Pokemon, being a fully evolved one, and just having the heart to prove his old trainer wrong. Attention all Gen 1ers, please stand up because we have the infamous Ash's Charizard. Everyone was expecting this Pokemon, and honestly, who wouldn't? It's honestly Ash's most powerful Pokemon that he currently owns. Remember those words, currently. Ash caught it as a Charmander, and it obeyed him pretty well. They won lots of matches. Then it evolved in the Charmeleon, and then eventually in the Charizard. It stopped obeying him entirely until Charizard got hit with the Poliwrath Ice Beam. Ash aided it back to health, and then Charizard gained respect for Ash, finally obeying him. Since then, Charizard has won countless matches for Ash. There are too many, I can't name them all, but I will say the ones that are most iconic to me are his Charizard versus Gary. It literally brought back the whole match, taking out half of his team, and then the epic battle against his Blastoise. Then Charizard vs Blaziken. It did great despite losing. Then who could forget the Dragon Tail to Iris's Dragonite? That was amazing to see it get smacked. I may have fangirled a little when that happened. Leaving Charizard at the Charcific Valley turned Charizard into an even bigger monster than it originally was. It's just so powerful. We all know if Ash had used Charizard more often, he would have won a lot more leagues. But hey, that's plot for you. The story has to keep moving. 1. And Ash's overall best Pokemon. Yes, it's a cop-out and really obvious, but let's be honest here. Ash has not had any other partner stronger than Greninja after its full potential got unleashed during the Snowpoint Village arc of Kalos. Ash first encountered Froakie in the very early days of the Kalos region, where Froakie felt Ash could be a worthy trainer after he showed his dedication towards his Pikachu by jumping off the prison tower. Ever since Froakie fought its hardest to get both himself and Ash stronger, and they eventually did, unlocking the power of Ash Greninja. Now a lot more agile and much stronger than before, equipped with its giant water shuriken on its back. This deadly combo crushed Wulfric in his Mega Abomasnow after handing Ash the work in their first battle. Ash Greninja proceeded to almost conquer the entire Kalos League until it was Ash Greninja versus Elan and his Mega Charizard X. After a fierce battle, both parts sent off their strongest moves from Zard X, Blast Burn, and a giant water shuriken from Greninja, ending in Charizard stumbling and Greninja being knocked out. Such a close match for Ash and his partner, but it was cut short. Well, those were my top 10 strongest Pokemon owned by Ash Ketchum. Ash, of course, owns a lot of strong Pokemon, but those are the ones that stuck out most to me. What do you guys think, though? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you consider to be Ash's most powerful Pokemon? If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Pokemon content and Nintendo content like Shiny Hunting, Showdown Battles, Zelda, and even Fire Emblem. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Fly Jubilee, Daniel Leone, Lady Crimson, Pal491, and Jarrett Weez Austin did, and I want to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more awesome Pokemon content.